Welcome to this very special edition of the KJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Travis Greenlee. He is the master lifestyle business growth mentor and a podcast host. Welcome to the show, Travis.
Kaj, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Excited about this conversation.
You are welcome. You are welcome, Travis. Welcome to the show. Welcome to India in this online form. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to discuss right now. We'll be talking about how one can build a $250,000 plus coaching business. But before we come to this, let's understand a bit more about you, about your journey, Travis, so that people know who they are listening to.
You bet. So I'm a dinosaur in this space. In fact, what I've been in the business over 25 years now, serving and supporting passionate coaches to grow a thriving lifestyle coaching business. And so I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs, I've seen everything in between. Over 5,000 clients now. We've done over 150 million in revenues as a result of serving and supporting these clients over the years. So I've seen it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, and again, everything in between. And again, it's my honor to be able to share with you guys some tips and some strategies on what's working today because things have changed. Right? Again, things that used to work 3 and 4 years ago just don't work the same as they do now. And of course, now we've got new technologies with AI and so on and so forth to really help us to be able to grow and to expand our businesses. So excited to be here and to be able to share.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for that, Travis. So I want to understand straight to the question of this. Coaches. Why do coaches come to you? What is it that they do not understand for themselves? I want to understand, and from you what you understand that they don't understand about their business.
Yeah. So primarily I see several different types of coaches. Most coaches out there have more of a coaching hobby as opposed to a real coaching business. And what I mean by that is they're passionate, they're excited, they love what they do in terms of helping clients, but they haven't actually taken the time or made the effort or the commitment or the investment to actually treat their business like a business. And so what I mean by that is by creating a foundation, creating a game plan, having your marketing campaigns in place, having a course. So designing and developing a world-class course. We call it a personal coaching accountability course, which is the model that we have and the model that we teach, which is a combination between the benefits of having a course. So the structure, the curriculum, the videos, all those things that clients can benefit from on their own. And this is the important piece, the personal coaching accountability piece. And so what we do is we use a very special accounting software and accountability software for our clients that allow us to be able to work together on a daily basis as they work through all the individual steps that it takes and is required to treat their business like a business and actually grow a highly successful business that's proven based on today's technology and based on today's software and systems. So again, it's a personal coaching accountability course model. This is where the industry is going. I think the whole home study boom, that we've had over the last 10 years, that's pretty much dried up where you create a course and people go out and they're left on their own to go and study the course and watch the videos. Statistics show that less than 5% of people that buy a home study course that they have to do it on their own and hold themselves accountable actually complete it. So that means 95% of people that are paying $2,000 or more for these home study courses just aren't completing them. And of course, why so many coaches these days are frustrated because they've taken the courses, yet they haven't gotten the results. What we do is very unique, very special in this personal coaching accountability course model because we have the infrastructure and the curriculum of a course. So we keep our clients on track. And then also we work individually on a daily basis with our clients as well. And then what we do is we duplicate this. So we teach our clients to use the same systems. We insert the software into their business that's proven so that we're not focused just on theory. We're focused on actually building the machine. right? People don't need more coaching and they don't need more coaches and they don't need more theory. What we need now is less of that and more focused on building the actual machine, building the campaigns and building the software and the CRM and the lead generation and all the things that actually work to grow a highly successful business. And again, treating it like a business as opposed to a hobby.
Right, right. So where does the coach's expertise then, uh, calibrate into all these things? Otherwise, if you look at from a purely software point of view, everything that software is doing, what will the coach do? Where will his expertise? If tomorrow, do some may fear that, you see, if everything that is done by the machine, then I will be out of my expertise or my business in a very short amount of time. What would you like to tell them or inform them?
You got it. Well, again, it's the combination. So it's a hybrid model that's working. So we've got the software, we've got the infrastructure, we've got the automation that allows us to be able to leverage our time as coaches so that we can help more people. It's the one to many model. Yet at the same time, it also, the hybrid model includes the personal coaching. So it's still one-on-one or and groups, but communicating individually with clients based on the coach's skill set, based on their training, based on their experiences. Again, that's always been there and always will be there. It's what our clients want is, not just a home study course or just automation. That's just the infrastructure that drives it. What it's ultimately about is, like in your case, having all of the experiences that you've done and all the training that you've had to be able to impart that on your clients to help them to grow. Like with mine, I've been over this 25 years now serving, supporting clients. So as I work with my clients, past experiences come up, past training comes up, things that I've learned in addition to the software that allow our clients to win and allow our clients to be motivated and to be focused and to be held accountable, all the essential elements of coaching. And then also the combination or the hybrid model of utilizing the software that runs it and automates it and allows for leverage, both for the client as well as for the coach.
Right, right, Travis. Let's understand it from more from the coach's point of view. What are the you talk of overcoming common challenges that coaches are facing? What are these challenges that coaches are facing nowadays?
You bet. The biggest one is that we're now in a trust recession. Right? Nobody trusts each other anymore. And so we're not only skeptical, we're cynical. The coaches have been around, they've hired other coaches, they've bought programs, they've taken the training, and most coaches just aren't experiencing the results. And they're frustrated and they're upset, and a lot of them have quit. Right. But those that are still in the game that have that perseverance and that persistency and the grit that it takes to be able to build a coaching business, they're still in it. And so what we need to do is to realize, number one, that we are in a trust recession. Nobody trusts each other anymore. And that's after COVID. That's just the growth of the coaching business. That's, these coaches that are, and God bless them, right? They're on their path. So no judgment. But I see a lot of coaches, the young kids, the 22-year-olds that are just getting started, still living at home with mom and dad, and yet they're out coaching people in terms of relationships and they're still single, or how to build a big business and they've never built a business themselves. Or so we see a lot of that. There's very little regulation, unfortunately, within the coaching business. And because of that, man, it's the Wild West. You have no idea really what you're going to get out there. So we've lost that sense of trust. The key now is to build that sense of trust, to build that bond of trust with your potential clients, with your prospects, with your following, with your tribe. And that's all based on what we're doing here. Right. So being on podcasts, speaking live, getting in front of your audience to be able to share your expertise, to be able to connect, to share your energy, your vibe, that you're trustworthy, that you're real, right? You're not some AI clone or something out there, but you're actually real and you've got the experience that builds that bond of trust to be able to have a conversation with a potential client on how you might be able to help and serve them. So trust recession is the biggest challenge we're seeing. And then how to overcome it is you got to be consistent. So being out there, posting on through social media shorts, little 45-second videos on the social media platforms, automating that so it saves you a ton of time, utilizing AI. Again, there's crazy stuff that we can do now to minimize the time and the effort that it takes to to be able to create that content, what I call high value content. So, high value content mapping is the process so that we're actually sharing content that makes a difference in our prospects' eyes. And of course, people are coach shopping. We're all looking for that high level of certainty that somebody truly can help us. And when they hear us and when they connect with us and they see that, man, we've got it worked out, like we are legit, that's what's going to get you into a conversation to talk about a discovery to enroll clients. So, to answer your question, trust recession. Realizing we are where we are, it is what it is, and how to be able to overcome it through its being out there, being in front of your right audience with the right content. Again, it can't be just cat memes and so on and so forth. It's high value content that actually addresses a need that our clients have, and then being consistent. We can't jump in 1 week, and I see this a lot. They jump in 1 week and get excited, and then 3 weeks off, and nobody hears from you for 3 weeks. So it's got to be the message, high value content, and it's got to be consistent. 3 or 4 really good posts on a weekly basis, utilizing AI, utilizing the software to minimize the time in the actual content creation. Of course, having a team, having a virtual assistant helps. And that's how we help our clients as well to leverage our time and allow us to be able to focus on our strengths, which of course is coaching and serving as we attract and enroll clients.
Right, right, Travis. Now you talked about, this trust deficit or this authenticity, because a lot of these coaches are, many people who have not done the thing. They cannot walk the talk. So isn't it easy, or in fact, instead of being a challenge, it is an opportunity for the right coaches at this point in time?
Yeah,
Because you cannot hide the truth for a long time. So how do they actually make this a strong point for themselves? It's a big opportunity. uh, because I see, I am not a coach on relationship. How can I be? You are an expert. I can be. If people want to talk to me on podcasting, I can certainly talk. If they want to talk to me on media, I can talk, because I've got 25 years of experience there. They want to talk me to me on journalism, I can talk, but I cannot be anything else. And in that same way, others who have done it, who know about things, it's a big opportunity, because pretenders to the throne cannot actually get to the throne. It is the actual inheritors of the throne who will actually sit on it.
you got it. Yeah, so it's longevity, right? It's getting into the game, committing to getting into the game. So being a coach, seeing yourself as a coach, and seeing this as a career. So again, rather than the coaching hobby, kind of temporary playing with it, really seeing this as a coaching business, and then taking the actions, the required actions necessary to develop that and to develop your brand and your following and longevity, just staying in the game. Again, I've been in this over 25 years now, and there's been ups, there's been downs, there's been everything in between, but that longevity is really, really important. And so for the new coaches just getting started, it's all about mastery. So getting crystal clear, as you mentioned, about your niche. So what is it in terms of your experience? What is it about your training? What is it that you're just so passionate about that you would love to talk about it all day long? If you had an opportunity, a chance with whatever that topic is. So that could be relationships, that could be health and fitness, that could be lifestyle, that could be marketing and sales. So whatever it is that just really excites you, your passion, man, get into it and go all into it. And people are going to feel it and people are going to sense it. And then as you develop mastery, which is having the basic skill sets from enrolling, from sharing your story, from having your process and your systems in place, from being on podcasts like this, getting in front of audiences, doing that on a consistent basis, people are going to begin to trust you because they're going to see you over and over and over again versus the fly by night coaches or those that have the hobby as opposed to the business that come in and come out. And again, people just don't trust them. So longevity, consistency, mastery on your specific niche and your specific topic, and just going deep, like really committing to your business and seeing it really as your dharma, right? The reason why you're here on this planet and how you're here to be able to serve the best that you possibly can. When you see your business that way, man, it gets you out of bed every morning, excited and passionate to be able to help and to be able to serve other people. And when you feel that way, people are going to sense it. People are going to get that energy. They're going to get your confidence. They're going to get your belief, your passion, your experience, and they're going to want to talk to you about how you can help and how you can serve them.
Absolutely. Now, one big thing that I see happening nowadays in terms of coaches is that there is a lot of talk about focusing on big ticket clients. And several times you just, in this process, you may just price yourself out of the market. Is that a big challenge in today's time as per you? Or what is your viewpoint? You yourself are a coach. What is your view in this on this particular topic? Should one focus only on big ticket clients, or should they go on the clients which they are, they get the right sort of a pricing rather than following any sort of another sort of an advice?
Yeah. So it all depends on the client, right? It all depends on the prospects and the people that we're working with and what's going on in the marketplace. Like for me, as an example, I'm high ticket. I've always been high ticket. And the reason being is because number one, I got 25 years of experience. Number two
Right.
is our program is not just about theory. It's not just a home study course. It's not just another cheap type of offer. Like we get in, we work one-on-one, we produce results. In fact, we guarantee a 10 times return on investment performance guarantee. So if they don't earn at least 10 times their investment, we give the money back. And so it's high value. It is a premium program, it's a premium offer, and we don't have a problem getting those types of clients because, those are the types of clients that we attract. So when we have our messaging, when we connect, when we get in front of that right audience that not only expects to pay those types of fees, that's what they're really looking for is that high value. So again, that's just me personally. However, again, it really depends to answer your question, depends on the individual niche. So if it's health and fitness, right? If health and fitness industry now, if you're just selling a home study course, yeah, you could sell that thing for $47 or $197 or low ticket type of program to build an audience to begin to get yourself out there and then again have multiple different levels within your programs and within your offers. So it depends on the marketplace. It depends on the value that you're providing. It depends on what the client's actually getting. Are they getting a very specific golden result? So a specific tangible result that they're getting from working with you. And if so, and once you identify what that is, and you can guarantee that you can get your clients there, assuming that they do the work, well, now you've got a much better offer and certainly that you can charge a lot more for. So a lot of it comes back to your own confidence as a coach, your ability to get your clients to where they want to go, that golden result that they're willing to pay for. So again, it varies. Could be low ticket, depending on the market, depending on the coach, depending on the offer. Certainly could be high ticket, which I highly recommend. Much easier to make more money, certainly with high ticket than a bunch of low tickets because a sale's a sale. And then secondly is what I found is I just attract a lot better clients when I charge more. When they expect to pay more, they get in, they do the work, and therefore they get the results. So that's certainly the game that I want to play. And that's the game that I encourage others to play as well. Because as coaches, we have to get results. We have to be able to deliver for our clients to be able to have that longevity to stay in the game, to build that bond of trust.
Right, right, Travis. Now, you talk about five proven action steps for if we are talking about scaling a coaching business. Now, a lot of people would be able to connect with you. Some people, some corner of the world would want to understand perhaps from this show and later on understand it better from you. What are these five proven action steps that you talk about scaling a coaching business?
You got it. So that's it. We just got to keep it super simple. So, two things that we focus on. Number one is the acronym KISS, KISS. And so that means keep it super simple. So, everything we do, we've got to keep it simple, or we're just going to get in our heads. We're going to spin out. We're going to procrastinate. We're just not going to get it done. Right. We're not going to
Right.
be able to even action. So, we got to keep it simple. The second thing is we need to get you into momentum, get our clients into momentum. And so, momentum is cash flow. So the sooner that we can get our clients earning money, the better. And so it's nice to earn money, certainly to be able to pay off their investment and other things. But more importantly, it's a confidence thing. Because when they start to see that they're enrolling clients and they've got their campaign set up and their lead generation, the machine, I call it, like that delivers and grows the business. Once they have that built and once they have that set up and they're starting to attract and enroll clients, it's a confidence thing because once they get that first client, then they're like, hey, if I can get one, I can enroll 10. If I can roll 10, I can roll 100. I mean, there's really no limit once we get you into momentum and once we get you into cash flow. So our focus is two things: keep it super simple and get you into cash flow as quickly as possible. We do this by 5 steps, and I'll run through it real quickly. Step number one in the process is your story. And the reason why your story is so critically important these days is because, as we've discussed, we're in a trust recession, right? Nobody trusts each other anymore. Everybody's selling and so on and so forth. So you got to have a really compelling story. And we've got a whole process that designs and develops stories with our clients. But it's the origin piece, which is like where you've been, what you've been up to, and then the conversion piece, which is what's in it for the prospect, what's in it for the client. And so getting really clear about that golden result, right, that we have, and then connecting those together. So that's super important. Number one is laying that out. Again, foundational. The reason why I mention this is because so many coaches are failing now is because they've neglected the basics. They've neglected the story and the connection and the branding and building that bond of trust. They're going directly to get me leads. If I have leads, I can convert, but yet they're just not converting. So we've got to lay that foundation first. Step number one is your story. Step number two is message to market. And so message to market is knowing exactly who your market is. So who are your ideal clients? What are their pain points? What keeps them up at night? What do they want? Their golden result? What are they willing to pay for? So getting crystal clear, if they're going to drop $2,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever it is, man, we got to know exactly what they want and what they're expecting, and then designing the messaging in terms of the process that you use to be able to ensure that you can get them to that level. So that's number two. Then what we do is we combine step one, your story, with your message to market, and we create a story brand video. And so that's what's working today. Rather than the webinar, like back in the day, used to be the big thing that worked. Again, nobody's willing to sit through an hour webinar anymore for a pitch. But when you've got a 3 to 5 minute video that's designed and developed with your story brand, so it's your story, it's how you help, it's how you serve, it's going to allow you to build that bond of trust. That's what's working now and working really, really well. So that's where we start: story, message to market. Step number three, it's designing a world-class course, a world-class program, as we've been discussing, a personal
Right.
coaching accountability course, so that we've got the infrastructure, we've got the process, we've got the accountability. We have a vehicle, or we have the means to ensure that our clients will get those golden results. We've got to have that. Step number four in the process is our perpetual client system. So that's all the automation. So that would be your CRM and your email autoresponders and your text messaging, all the automation, all the follow-up that gets a prospect excited and interested and connects with them to actually book a call with you. Again, the name of the game now is getting calls booked. It's being able to get somebody to show up for a discovery call to where you can really spend some quality time with them, figure out what they want, what they need, and be able to address that with your offer and your program. Step number four in the process is our perpetual client system, so lead generation. So it's all about sell by chat. And so it's by getting your name out there, it's by getting exposure, it's by being consistent, building that bond of trust, and then having a very special software process to be able to organize all this and to keep track of it and to manage it as far as the DMs and the communications going on. We've got an in-house team that does all this. They're amazing. They're trained. They're all certified on our software. So they actually go out, they work 4-hour shifts per day, and they go out and they identify your best prospects. They start conversations. They get those conversations booked on your calendar, so that we have over a 95% show up rate of people showing up for the actual appointment. And they show up with a pen in hand ready to take notes, as opposed to showing up saying, "Who are you? And what are you trying to sell me?" Right? Which is a really tough one to overcome. So it's the pre-frame. It's all about developing and establishing quality relationships, building that bond of trust through organic marketing, and then our sell by chat system. And then step number five, once we have all this in place, is enrollment mastery. Because it's great to have a story, it's great to have a message, it's great to have your course and all your automation. But if we don't be able to close, if we can't be able to persuade a prospect to be able to part with their hard-earned money, and again, it's gotten more and more challenging, they've got to see tremendous value. And so we teach you how to master the art of enrollment and to be able to get the scripting and so on and so forth, so that you'll be able to enroll, as our clients do, a minimum of 40 to 50% of the people that we talk to on that first call. And that's it. That's the all five. So it's your story, it's your messaging, story, brand, video. We create your course together. We insert it all into your business. So you don't have to create the software in the course. It's all done for you. And then what we do is set up your automations, your lead generation, and then show you how to sell and show you how to be able to convert those leads into actual paying clients. That's all you need. Keep it super simple and get you into momentum, get you into cash flow as quickly as we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is much to learn from you about all these things, Travis, and I'm sure they can learn a lot from your podcast, Lifestyle Business Quest podcast, because this is just one episode. You have several episodes down there. Tell us a bit about your podcast where people can learn more about what you are doing.
You betcha. Yep. So as you mentioned, we have our podcast as well. It's called the Lifestyle Business Quest podcast, where we talk about tips and strategies and mindset and accountability and all the most important and most essential aspects to growing a thriving $250,000 per year or more business. And so for those of you who are interested to want to learn more about it, I've got a really cool masterclass. It's a 14-minute masterclass with the video and the screen shares, and it shows the software, and it's got the PDF, and it's got the checklist and all the stuff, right? Really cool masterclass. Simply go to lifestylebusinessquest.com. Again, that's lifestylebusinessquest.com. You can pick up that free masterclass, enjoy it, and if it resonates with you, feel free to reach out. I'd love to have a conversation with you, see how we can serve and support you to grow in the business that you truly love.
Absolutely. And for those people who want to connect with you directly, who want to be your client, what is the best way for them to do so?
Yep. So same link. So it would be lifestylebusinessquest.com.
Wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.